All right, what's going on, everybody? Um, the more I think about this Devin Haney, George Kambosos fight, and the more I hear Devin Haney do interviews and go on shows and talk, the more I'm really starting to like the kid and really appreciate what he's doing. Because it goes without saying that lightweight division has been a mess, right? You had all these guys. You had Teofimo Lopez, you had Devin Haney, you had Tank Davis, you have Ryan Garcia, got all these names, and none of these guys want to fight each other. Then George Kambosos upsets the apple cart, and instead of fucking around and bullshitting around, Devin Haney's like, you know what, I'm ready, man. I want to be undisputed. He's not going to sit there and say, "Oh, I got the WBC belt. I'm happy with that. I could just keep making title defenses, making seven figures." Right? It's more than just making money and building a legacy for Devin Haney, man. I mean, he wants to be a legitimate champion because he's getting tired, in my opinion. I think he's getting tired of hearing people call him the email champion, like his detractors and other fighters who don't like him, right? I think he's tired of that. And the only way to erase that is just go fight George Kambosos, right? And legitimize yourself as the champion. When you feel undisputed, no one can question you, right? No one can question you. Like Ryan Garcia has no problem winning the WBC interim title. He has no problem fighting all these eliminators. But when you mention the big names like a Teofimo Lopez, Tank Davis, it just never happens, right? Never happens. It seems like he's just talking a good game, but he never goes through with it. But I was listening to Devin Haney on the Sway podcast the other day. Sway Universe. Shout out to Sway. And he was just saying, you know what? What I want to do is I want to get rid of that other side of the shit. Excuse me, other side of the street bullshit. I want to just erase that. I'm not all about that. I want to be a trendsetter. I want to be the guy to change all that. That's what I want to do. Right? Let these all these other guys, they want to blame the promoters on why these fights can't get made. But Devin Haney's like, if two fighters really want to fight, right, then the fight's going to get made. So he's taking ownership. And the fact that he never signed a long-term deal, and the fact that he always remained a free agent, and he really did gamble on himself, if you think about it, right? He really did gamble on himself. Gambled on himself because if you're on a fight to fight, you're not guaranteed any fights. So you got to sit there every time you want to fight. You got to sit there and negotiate with somebody. Now, obviously, he's the champ. He's the champ, and he's going to have to fight mandatories and whatnot. But the thing about it is this: he could just sit back, like I said, and keep making money. But that's not what he's about, man. He's 23 years old. He wants to make a name for himself. He wants to stop building his legacy now before it's too late. Like Tank's 28. He's never really had that big breakout fight yet. He's never had a George Kambosos, right? Think about this. Look what Devin Haney's doing at 23. Shout out to Teofimo Lopez. I think he was, I want to say he was 23, 24. I think he was 24, if I'm not mistaken, when he fought Lomachenko. That was a boss move, right? That was a boss move. But look what he did after that. But, that remains to be seen. But yeah, I mean, I think Haney's trying to legitimize himself. I think he's trying to, legitimize the title. I think he's trying to set an example for the rest of the division that, what, all you guys talk about it, I'm going to be about it. And think about this, going over to George Kambosos' backyard in Australia, signing a rematch clause and guaranteeing that the rematch clause is going to be in Australia, the rematch, if he wins, right? I mean, who's doing that, man? Who's doing that? Got to ask yourself that question. Who's doing that in boxing today, right now? So I think what Devin Haney's doing, man, I think it's bigger. I think it's bigger than just the title itself, man. I mean, what he's doing is he's showing these other guys how to do it, man. He's showing these other guys how to do it. Brian, what's going on, man? I know you love your man Tank over there, but you love your guy Ryan Garcia over there, but you got to give a shout out to Devin Haney. He's the only guy that's actually really seeking greatness. He's a guy who wants the big fight. Man,
you know what?
Yeah, square that noise away. Come on, man.
Yeah, I had to shut the truck off. My bad, man. But
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta be honest, man. If I'm gonna say it's a top guy, I gotta give it to Devin Haney. Even though Ryan is my boy, Tank is the pay-per-view. It's hard to say because, man, I don't know, B, because I don't know, man. Tank is the pay-per-view star. Devin Haney is the more skilled guy. I don't know who will win between them two, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good fight, man. And here's the thing too,
yeah, it's a good matchup.
When Canelo was asked the other day, they asked Canelo, they're like, Julio Cesar Chavez and Mike Tyson, they want to see you fight David Benavidez. And you know what Canelo said? He got all mad, put a frown and a scowl on his face. He goes, I don't care what they think. I fight who I want to fight, right? So on the Sway show, Devin Haney was asked about Shakur Stevenson, right? And obviously Shakur Stevenson is at 130, so that fight's not going to happen anytime soon, obviously, right? But when he was asked about that fight, I think Sway asked him about it, or one of the dudes on asked about it. He goes, yeah, that's definitely a fight that could happen down the road. I mean, he's a very skilled fighter. I respect him, blah, 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 blah. So again, this guy, created his own promotional company because he don't want to have all these excuses like these other guys have, man. He don't want to have all these excuses these other guys have.
Right. That's what we need, man. We need these matchups to happen instead of just like arguing about who's gonna win the fight. Because it seems like when it comes to boxing, it leaves us just arguing and debating and bickering over who's gonna win the fight, and then the fight never happened. You know what I'm saying? Tired of that shit.
I'm tired of it too, brother.
Tired of that shit. I'm just tired of it, especially right now with all this talent. It's so much talent in them divisions. They can just match them up and become stars. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. It's simple mathematics. Make the matchup, you make money. Simple. Tank Davis, Devin Haney, that'll be huge, man. To be honest, Ryan against Devin Haney, huge. Devin Haney against Shakur Stevenson, man, all of them are good matchups, man. Somebody else I want to throw in the mix too. We forgetting about this guy. He doing his thing. I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. It's Lomachenko. What's up with him? He's still in the mix too.
He's over in the Ukraine right now. He's got to take care of the business over there with the
okay, let's hope he make it and survive and start training again. But other than that, he's still in the mix too. I mean, there's so much talent over there, man. It's crazy talent. That's why I'm just tired of all this.
What's up with your man, Raleigh Romero, man? You think he's got a shot?
Hell to the no.
Pulling for him?
No way.
That's Tank's last fight.
I don't know, man.
That's Tank's last fight on that Mayweather deal, man. You think he sticks around or you think he jets?
Man, it's hard to say right now. He's talking about he leaving Mayweather. It sounds good. Matter of fact, I don't know if you heard that interview with Tank saying he want to fight the winner out of Devin Haney and Kambosos. So that could be next, supposedly.
Was that on the Brian Custer podcast?
Yep.
I gotta go check that out, man. I gotta go check that out.
Yeah, I listen to it, see what he's talking about, because it's always about what's next for these fighters, because we know this ain't what it is. What's next, you know?
So so
So
what's up?
he's saying he wants those guys next.
What's up with Ryan Garcia not fighting Isaac Cruz for an eliminator? He's gonna go fight somebody else now. Like what's going on with these dudes, man?
Wait a minute. So now he's not gonna fight Issa Cruz?
It's not fighting Isaac Cruz, man.
Oh my gosh. I thought he was going after that fight.
That's what I thought too, man. But apparently it's
I
not.
was even meaning to talk to you about that, about campaigning for that fight, because I could have sworn I seen an interview with him campaigning for that fight. I thought he wanted that fight.
I mean, I thought so too, brother.
Wow.
Then the WBC just says, okay, man, we're gonna cancel that. They ordered it, then they canceled it. And then they're like, okay, man, but since both these guys got fights already signed, we're going to move on. It's like, come on, man. The fuck is going on with this
Man. That's what I can't stand, man. That's my boy. I thought he was going to fight. That would have been a good matchup. Matter of fact, I seen an interview when he was talking about doing it in LA or something like that. That would have been huge to do it in California for sure. You know what I'm saying? Big. That would have been huge, man. So here we go again. Here we go again. It's like that with boxing, man. That's why I ain't got time to be waiting for these dudes, man, playing these games. It's like, how long we gonna wait? That would have been a good matchup for him. But you know how boxing is. They gotta save these guys up, protect them like investments, and have us just waiting. It's the waiting game.
What do you think of Nesta Gibbs, man? They had little Easy E on their podcast the other day, man. I think it was yesterday.
Oh yeah?
What do you think of that?
No
man?
way.
Little Easy,
man.
Oh,
that's tight.
Easy
that
does it, brother.
Tight.
Easy does it, man.
Might have to go back and listen to that.
So
that's a special guest for sure.
So who are you picking, man? You picking Ryan Garcia? Excuse me, Ryan Garcia. Are you picking Devin Haney, or are you picking George Kambosos? Who do you think is going to win that fight?
I'm definitely going for Haney, man. Haney should win. He from the U.S. He going out there in foreign land. Hopefully he come back the winner. All them belts. You know what I'm saying? I'm going for Haney. He should win. He's more skilled.
He should win that fight, huh?
Yeah, he's more skilled, but the only thing that worries me is the fact that his pops can't roll out there with him, over whatever his record or whatever. That's crazy, man. And he's in Australia, so that do worry me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because if it goes to a decision, are we gonna see like some old robbery type shit? I don't know, man. Hopefully Devin Haney goes in there and just wins easily, like I think he should. What you think?
I mean, I think the skill gap is so great. I mean, obviously you gotta think of that, but with the situation with his pops, because his pops has been in his corner for every single one of his fights, I believe. Right. He's always been in the corner. So my question is, will this have an effect, or will the skill gap that I believe is just so great here? I think Devin Haney's just got he's a lot more skilled, I believe, than George Kambosos. So I'm just looking at it like that, and I'm saying to myself, well, is the skill gap so great that none of that will matter? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But then you think about it, sometimes is it always good with the father-son combo? Sometimes it works against them too in some fights. You know what I'm saying? So
the thing about his dad is he doesn't live vicariously through Devin. So here's another thing that I liked when I was listening to the Sway podcast. And they were talking about how Devin has a promotional company, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he basically said, and I work for my son. You know what I mean? So he's giving his son is the captain of that ship, not the other way around.
Right.
When you look at
Right.
guys like Andrew Garcia, and you look at guys like Tiafimo's dad, those dudes is like, and even
Yeah, they take over.
even Sean Porter's dad, like he takes over, man.
Yeah, they take over the show.
So
Yeah,
Haney,
Bill Haney, he seemed cool, but sometimes that father-son works good and sometimes it don't work so good. But what I'm saying is I don't think it's gonna make a big difference with Devin Haney, to be honest with you. I think he's the type that who's training him? Who's going out there with him? Who's gonna be the chief?
Yoel Jude is going down there, man. He's already down. He's with them right now.
Okay.
Zab Judas Pops is with them.
Okay, so yeah, he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay as far as the corner because, a lot of fighters make that transition anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Devin Haney can do it, but that do worry me a little bit that his pop's not there, man. It do worry me, and he's in Australia.
So look at these odds, Brian. So Haney was almost a 3-1 when this fight opened up. Now he's like a minus. Now he's like just under a 2-1. He's like a minus 180, and Kambosos is like a plus 144. So the odds on this fight are starting to narrow, man.
Yeah.
I'm dying to see what the odds are going to be come the day of the fight, man, or come like the day before the day of the fight.
Maybe it changed because of the fact that his pop's not going to be there. And now people looking at it the same way I'm looking at it. It might go 12 rounds, and who knows what we'll see out of 12 rounds. Devin Haney just got to go over there and just dominate and just take them belts by force. You know what I'm saying? Just take them belts. He can't play around, man. Not in Australia.
No,
not in Australia. And another thing is he has to dominate because don't they got a rematch clause in Australia again?
They got a rematch clause, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go in there and just dominate this dude, man, and take them belts and bring them back, and that way we won't even want to see it again, and it won't be no rematch, so they can move on,
Yeah, man, it's no joke, bro.
So
no joke.
He got to win this fight. He got to win this fight, man, and bring them belts back. That's it. I think he's capable of doing it still without his pops in his corner. But I do think that because this is I believe this is his first fight without his pops being there.
That's what I said. Yeah, I believe that's the case. Yep.
So we'll see what kind of effect it has. But I just really don't think it'll have too much effect on Haney. I think he's pretty disciplined.
Yeah. So what you think?
Seem very disciplined.
What you think about the whole Canelo situation, man? Fighting Triple G instead of Bivol.
Oh man, I'm just to be honest, if Canelo would have went up there and fought Bivol, he would have probably lost again, to be honest. I know people gonna be like, man, fuck him for saying that, but hey, it's probably the truth because he lost the first time, and I would have just seen the whole Wilder situation all over again happening to Canelo. So it's probably best he go back down, fight Triple G. I don't really care for the fight, but it's probably going to be entertaining, to be honest with you, because nobody's going to beat Triple G easy. I don't care what, I heard what Rob was saying. He think he's going to go out there. Maybe he might get stopped. Maybe that's what it takes to get Triple G out of there. But Triple G going to put up a fucking fight, man. It's going to be entertaining, dude.
Robbie's a Golovkin hater, man. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Robbie.
He's half right because it's going to take for somebody to hurt Triple G to get him, to stop him, to get him, get him out of there, man. Canelo might stop him, but Triple G going to put up a fight. He ain't going to go in there and fucking do nothing, okay?
Robbie's saying all types of crazy shit about Triple G, saying he wants him to get knocked out, wants him to get fucking hurt. The fuck is wrong with that dude, bro?
I just want to see Triple G. I just want to see him. I want to see them move on from the whole Triple G situation because, see, we mad right now because now he got to backtrack to what? The Triple G situation, right? Because
Yeah.
maybe we could have got Benavidez against Canelo, but I know people gonna be like, fuck Benavidez. Fuck what he talking about. We want to see Triple G against Canelo. Well, we done seen it. We haven't seen Benavidez against Canelo. That's the problem. Shit.
Let me ask you, Brian.
People be acting. What's up?
You don't want to see Triple G get hurt, do you?
I don't want to see him get hurt, but I want to see him just. I want to see them move on from Triple G. Let's move on from this guy. Get the fight over with. Move on. Okay, Triple G retires. I'm already talking about the future. Okay, I don't know. I take that back because Triple. I don't know, man. We might. Who knows? Shit, Triple G might beat him. I don't fucking know at this point because Canelo did. He is coming off of a loss. I don't know, but how everything's supposed to go. Triple G's supposed to lose. Then he retires. They move on, and then we get Canelo against Benavidez. This is what we hoping for, right?
I mean,
maybe
that's what they say. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Because after a while, nobody can run from Benavidez.
Could this just be a bad style matchup for Canelo? And no matter what,
against
like
Triple,
yeah, like in terms of not a bad style matchup, but could this just be that the way these two guys match up, it's always going to be a tough, close fight, sort of like how Pacquiao and Marquez. A lot of people are comparing this trilogy to that.
Yeah, that's how I look at it because it's probably going to be the same thing. Triple G using his jab, catching Canelo pushing forward. But, I mean, I would assume Canelo might get the stop in this one, though. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would think. If I was to, yeah, I think he might get the stop in this one.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But it's always, this is boxing and it is a lot of factors because at the same time, it's like, man, Triple G is fucking tough, man. Nobody is going to beat Triple G easy. Nobody. I don't care who the fuck you is. You're not going to beat Triple G easy. Nobody's going to beat the guy easy. He's going to come forward. He's going to fucking throw punches. He ain't going to sit back. So it's not going to be easy for Canelo to win. But if they both coming forward at each other, I would assume that's going to play into Canelo hands on the stop.
It's going to be a tough one, man. It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough fight. It might, when I think about it, man, when I really think about it, it's going to be an entertaining fight, man. It's going to be entertaining, B.
Yeah.
I know we don't want to see it again, but it's going to be entertaining, man.
Slight Tendency says PBC has totally overhyped Benavidez. The man has handpicked every fight since he was twice stripped. Not Canelo's fault. Dude did coke and ate too much. Yeah, I mean,
That's
a lot
true.
of people.
So what does this mean? Does this mean that people don't want to see Benavidez against Canelo? Is that what that means?
What do you think, man? What do you think, brother? What do you think, Mr. Lerner?
Well, about Benavidez?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's a fight that a lot of people want. I think that it would have been a huge fight, a massive turnout if that fight happened. But Canelo's like, he had an attitude about it. He said, "Oh, they don't bring nothing to me." And basically, I've been seeing a lot of tweets about Reynoso. They basically trying to bring him down, talk about he never unified and all this other stuff. I'm like, it's just weird, man. It's just that sometimes Canelo gives you these weird vibes, like he is trying to duck these guys. He's trying to maneuver. I don't want to think like, oh, he's thinking, oh, this is the way this guy's thinking, but he just gives you vibes like that.
Here's the problem, man. When they say stuff like that and they make all those types of claims, this guy hasn't done this guy hasn't done that. Okay, but what about the guys you fighting? They haven't done the things that you're saying these guys haven't, like
exactly.
Triple G, I guess, unified, but he was never like undisputed. I think he had like a WBA regular belt or whatever. He had the IBF, excuse me, the IBF. He had 3 belts. We gotta give him credit for that. But he never actually became undisputed. He never went after that 4th belt. Never wanted to fight Andre. Never ended up fighting Charlo. Never ended up fighting Billy Joe Saunders when he was at 160. So I don't know, man. I don't know, man. There's a lot left to be desired by both these guys, if you think about it.
Exactly. You know,
Let's say this. Hey, let's just use some common sense though. Like just economics of it, okay? Does people think that Benavidez and Canelo won't make no money or what? Do you think it'll make money?
Hell yeah.
I think Canelo would have made way more money if he went for that PBC deal. I think more people would have got behind the Charlo fight. More people would have got behind the Benavidez fight. More people. If you take a poll, right? I think more people would have got behind the PBC deal than the DAZN deal. Because now they're saying, first of all, I don't even think he's going to fight Bivol again. They're saying, oh, he'll fight him after the Triple G fight. Well, who knows? What if something happens in this Triple G fight? What if he loses or something? Anything can happen, right? But not only that, what if he goes and fights John Ryder? Because John Ryder is going to be his WBA mandatory, right? So this is I have a feeling this is what's going to happen. Oh, we wanted to fight Bivol, but the WBA ordered the mandatory, so now we got to fight John Ryder. John Ryder, I mean, I like the dude. Don't get me wrong; he's a decent fighter. But I thought he lost that Daniel Jacobs fight. My opinion, I didn't think he won that fight. If I'm being honest, so it is.
Yeah. You know, you never know because you never know.
Oh, he cut out, man. He cut out.
You know, man, when you say that, Beeb, it just makes me upset. You said John Ryder. So, but you know what? You know, people are going to be like, yeah, he deserves the shot over Benavidez and Charlo and this and that. People going to rock with that shit, man. People going to love to see that matchup.
I just don't want to hear about this fucking daring to be great bullshit anymore, man. People got to stop with that shit, man. Seriously.
I love Canelo. Don't get it twisted. That's my dude, man. But shit, man, I want to see two dudes that's good. It's a matchup. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's just how it is with us. We want to see a fucking matchup. We don't want to just watch a damn investment. Shit. We get it, man. The investment is in the damn matchups. It's simple. You know?
Yeah, I'm not all about this fucking. I'm not buying this daring to be great bullshit, though. I'm just being honest. I'm not buying it. Bro.
I don't want to. Man, if he goes back up, so he gonna fight Triple G, and he thinking about going back up to Bivol. Damn. So, makes me mad.
He ain't gonna fight Bivol, man. I just don't think he's gonna fight.
I hope not. Because if he go back up there and fight him again, he's gonna lose again. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not, man. I like Canelo, but he gonna probably lose again. Okay, He gonna run into that brick wall again.
Let's do. I gotta pull up a poll in the chat real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna do a poll, and I'm gonna ask everybody, who would they rather see Canelo fight? Benavidez or fucking Golovkin? I'm dying to hear what the results are going to be. Who would you rather?
Man, it's going to be people.
Who would you rather see Canelo fight? Benavidez?
Benavidez against Canelo, that shit would be huge in Vegas. Huge.
Or even in Colorado.
Yeah. Anywhere, that shit'll be big, really. But I think it'll be big in Vegas.
Yeah, I was thinking about Arizona because they showed up for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. So I think they might show up if Canelo comes.
They showed up for Benavidez too, you know, in his last fight. They packed the building, you know, but I just think, man, it would be the biggest in Vegas. You already know, man, the biggest ones go out there in Vegas, man. They go in Vegas. Especially, that would probably be definitely some type of pay-per-view. It would be big, man. I would put Vegas over California.
I would actually pay for that pay-per-view.
Yeah, me too. Me too. You know, I like it's a lot of matchups I like, man. I like Charlo against Canelo. I like Andrade against Canelo. I want to see all of them matchups, but I don't want to just see Canelo. I want to see them fight each other too. You know what I'm saying? It's good
I
matchups
agree.
that they can make in them divisions, man. It's
I
not just
agree.
centered around just one fucking dude. That's where we be fucking up at, is giving them all this damn power because it's one dude that's in control of the shit. We give them the damn power, man. I'm trying to take the power back. Shit.
But
They
the
talk
fighters
about
don't really have
we
the
ain't gonna
power
fight.
either. You know, they can't cross promotional companies like Canelo can. They got to
Well,
stay
Yeah,
on their
that's true.
platform.
Devin
That is
Haney,
true.
Devin Haney can.
Well, Devin Haney was a free agent. You know, Charlo and these other guys, they're all well.
Well,
Demetrius Andre is about to be a free agent too, so maybe he can. But they said they don't even want him over there.
yeah, nobody wants him, man. I feel bad for him.
What is he gonna do?
That dude's been around. He's almost 36 years old now, man. How old is Demetrius Andre?
He's 34.
Yeah, I'll be telling my boy about him. I'll be like, man, he got to get it together because he getting older. You know what I'm saying? Time ain't waiting on
Yeah,
him.
he's 34, man.
Hey, you know, when I be talking about him, he's skilled though. Don't get it twisted. But
He
man,
is.
when I bring up him, my boy, he always brings up his amateur. He be like, yeah, but you know, he had a good amateur career. I'm like, man, you can't ride that fucking amateur career forever, homie. This
Well,
dude is getting older. They
not
trying
only
to
that,
stall him out.
not only that. Now people get more credit, right, for just being in the Olympics instead of like before, like it was
Winning.
a big that you had to like win a medal or something, or at least win like a bronze or a silver, or even to get recognition. Now all you got to do is just be there. Like, oh, this guy's
Be
an
an
Olympian.
Olympian.
And again,
Yeah.
that is still a good achievement. But I mean, what back in the day, like the bar was set so much higher. Like you had to win, not just be there. You know?
Participate.
Right.
Get a participation
Right.
trophy now. Yeah, so 75%. So 75% of the public, or at least in this poll, would rather see the Benavidez fight.
Oh, that's
You
good.
know?
That makes sense. It makes sense.
And you know what? Benavidez
I mean, to me,
Benavidez don't have to be the boogeyman. He don't have to be the Mexican monster. But it's just a good fight. When you look at Benavidez, you know, you look at his style, you look at Canelo, I mean, it has a recipe in the makings for a great fight. So it's not even about the guy having to be a boogeyman. Why does the guy even have to be a monster?
right.
It's just a fight that makes sense. Like it's a can't miss fight in terms of entertainment value.
Right. Right. And we've seen Triple G against Canelo twice. We've seen it twice already. I mean, I get it. People want to see it again. People are hardcore Triple G fans. I love Triple G too. Hey, I ain't got no problem with Triple G, to be honest with you, but it's just the fact that we done seen that fight twice already. We haven't seen Benavidez against Canelo. And I know people gonna be like, Benavidez ain't do shit to deserve a shot and this and that. I don't care, man. Shit, it's about, because it's still got everything to do with what we want to see, right? We the boxing fans, right? Don't we? Beeb, you pay money, right, for these pay-per-views, right?
I do.
It comes out of your pocket.
Beeb
So
Industries,
shit, don't we
Beeb
gotta damn
Industries,
say
man.
so?
Yeah.
So we gotta say so. I
So
remember
we
when
got-
I was talking about Charlo against Canelo, and people just ripped that down. They'd rather see fucking McAboo against Canelo. I'm like, man, who the
What?
fuck is a McAboo? Golly. Man, they just be like, man, fucking up with boxing, man, with them decisions, because that gives them dudes power. They'd be like, well, shit, if I can fight McAboo and they're gonna support me, I can fight anybody. Shit.
Exactly.
Fight some damn exhibitions and make some money real quick.
Here's the problem with Here's a problem with all these dudes running interference for Canelo. Is anyone picking Golovkin to win that fight?
Nah, man, this is bad. He's on the downhill.
Right.
He's 40 now.
Okay, if he was to fight John Ryder, would anyone pick John Ryder to win that fight?
No.
So he's fighting fights that we already know how they're going to end. Now let me ask some questions here.
Not if he fight Bivol again.
Well, let me ask another question.
You fight Bivol again, you're gonna lose, homie.
So if Benavidez fights Plant, do we already know who's really gonna win that fight?
I don't know, man. I think Plant might be able to pull it off, but I think
I would pick Benavidez, but there'd be an argument that Plant could win that fight, right?
Yeah.
So let's ask another question. If Benavidez fought Charlo, is it a definite that Benavidez would beat Charlo?
No.
So let's look at it this way, right? When Canelo fought Caleb Smith, nobody thought Caleb Smith was going to win that fight, right? When Canelo fought Billy Joe Saunders, nobody thought Billy Joe Saunders was going to win that fight, right? When Canelo fought Caleb Plant, nobody thought Plant was going to win that fight. So what is so great about, like, if you're fighting guys and you're like a fucking 8-1, 9-1, 10-1 favorite, right? And people are going to keep talking shit about Benavidez, right? They're going to talk shit about Benavidez. But if Benavidez fights Plant, Benavidez fights fucking Charlo, right? Then he's going to be doing, he's the one that's really daring to be great and not Canelo. So why are we having these double standards for Canelo and Benavidez? Now people are saying, oh, well, Canelo's fighting. Look at who's Canelo's fighting, and then look at who these guys are fighting. Really? So again, if you're fighting guys who everyone thinks you're gonna win and beat, is it really that impressive?
Right.
That's what
I hate when they use that.
How great are these fights? How great is this Golovkin fight?
Well, actually, there were quite a few people that were picking Plant. I know some people that were picking Plant to beat him, but not the majority. It wasn't the odds, though.
Canelo?
No. That's what you got to really look at. Go backtrack all the odds on all of the fights that he took. What's the odds on? Was there anything that was even close, or
look at this?
How much of a favorite was?
Look at this. Canelo Alvarez is already basically a minus 410 against Gennady Golovkin.
Right. So, if you a gambler, you put your money on Triple G, right? And hope for the win. You put your 100 on Triple G and hope for the win. Hey, you might even put 400 on Triple G and pray for the win. Let's see. But look at those odds. And same thing, backtrack. What was the Plant? Backtrack that. What was the odds on that?
What, Plant Canelo?
But you know what? Yeah. But hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute though, B, because what was the odds on Bivol against Canelo? How about them odds? Because he was favored to win that fight too.
He was a 10-1 favorite over Caleb Plant. He was a 5-1 favorite over Bivol.
5-1 favorite. So
my
hey,
question
you never know, man. If I was a gambler, I put my money on Triple G. You might flip it.
My question is, why did he want to become undisputed at 154? Why didn't he want to become undisputed at 160? It's very convenient that he wanted to become undisputed at 168 when all the stars are lined up perfectly for him. When David Benavidez, how come when David Benavidez was the champion at 168, he didn't want to unify? I'm not saying that Benavidez is the boogeyman, but remember when Canelo said, "Oh, I don't want to fight another another Mexican fighter." Remember that? Remember the quote when he said that? Why did he say that? Why did he say that around the time that Benavidez was champion? I said this before. Something doesn't sound fishy about that.
Yeah, man. I think Canelo's a good fighter, but there's always been that, that fishiness to him. There's always been about
that. There's always been that asterisk. Gonzalo, what's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going, Beeps? I broke my headphones last night. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you sound good, man. You sound good.
Yeah. Oh, man,
What's up with your man Canelo, brother?
What's the one thing that old man starts to lose, especially like in boxing, obviously, as you get older, is his stamina. Now, there's a precedent between those two guys in the past two fights. But the stamina, you start losing the stamina, right? Because you got the power. That's probably going to be like the last to go. And the chin is still holding up, right? It's like a brick wall that's closing in on you. And he's going to get his. Even though you put your legs on him, he's going to get his back. But yeah, it's the stamina. Is Canelo, the younger man's stamina, that much better than Triple G's? Honestly speaking. And it's like nobody's going to be like running and be scattered all over the place. No, they're going to get it in each guy's wheelhouse. And if you're fucking Canelo and you want to lace Golovkin with maybe a 3-punch combination, hey, whether it's old and then you got to utilize your timing and you got to take those 2 or that 3 to land yours. Like I said, he's a brick wall that's closing in on you. He's gonna get his get back. And if he can take Canelo's punch, like I said, there's already a precedent. He's gonna land his, and he's a fucking devastating puncher. So it's not always gonna be like they're gonna be running all over the place. That it's gonna be like he's gonna whitewash him. He's gonna like wipe him out. Maybe with the body shots, he takes something out of Golovkin, but I don't know. It's just my opinion.
But the box screen says, Beeb, how much shit you going to talk about Haney if he loses to the easiest champ in all of boxing? I'm not going to talk shit. I don't kick a man when he's down, bro. I don't kick a man when he's down. But I know this. That is a legitimate daring to be great move. That's almost a 50-50 fight. He's going to the guy's backyard, and he signed a rematch clause that even if he wins, he got to fight the dude again back in his backyard. Come on, bro.
Exactly.
Yo, number 1, Benavidez is Ecuadorian / Mexican. Get that correct. Okay, but what's his dad is Mexican, man. His name Benavidez. That's a Mexican name, man.
He's a mestizo. I mean, what's the difference between Benavidez and Canelo? At the end of the day, Canelo's white. He's from Mexico. The difference, you know what the difference is? Benavidez is Mexican American. He's actually American.
Yeah, and some dude
and whatever your DNA, your heritage is, your makeup is. I mean, come on, man.
Yo, he's got Mexican blood running through his veins. I don't give a fuck if he. I don't know. I don't even know where he was born. I don't know, man. But he's got Mexican blood flowing through his veins.
Yeah, Arizona. I live in the Philippines. My son's he's born here. He inherits my American nationality. He's also a Mexican. He's a Mexican Filipino.
Exactly.
If Benavidez lives in Arizona, then he's probably just Mexican.
I mean, no, he's got I think his mom's is Ecuadorian, which is fine, man. But why?
But I mean, I'm saying that I'm saying is that the his fan base is going to be the Mexican fan base in Arizona that's going to come support him.
He's not just in Arizona, all over the world.
But does he not have Mexican blood flowing through his veins?
I'm saying with him being from Arizona.
Yeah, I got you.
He's got Mexican blood, and he probably has less European blood than Canelo, and a lot of Mexicans that are white skinned. Now, I'm not trying to like disparage any, but I'm just saying he's from Ecuador. Isn't that a place like where there's a lot of like ruins and people of native descendants? Like he looks dark skinned.
But his dad's also kind of dark skinned too, and he's Mexican.
I mean, he's fucking Mexican. I love it when people try to discredit him by saying, "Oh, he's not real Mexican." I mean, he's got fucking Mexican blood flowing through his veins, bro. He has. Right. If we say he's Mexican, he can call himself fucking Mexican, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, hold up. But if you have Canelo fan base and and Benavidez fan base, it might be two different types of fan bases, if you get what I'm saying.
Well, they merge. In the end of the day, they merge. If you can fight, man, you're gonna like look at GGG has a Mexican fans. A lot of
That's true.
Mexican fans
Yeah,
now.
that is true. That is true. That is true. But
As
that's
he
why I
said,
say Benavidez has a Mexican fan base, man. In Arizona, in Phoenix, that's a Mexican fan base, and they'll support him. You know what I'm saying? They'll support him just in general. They'll support him.
Well,
Yeah.
of course, and you had Michael Carbajal in the front seat.
yeah,
And David Benavidez spoke about Michael Little Hands of Stone. So basically, people see that you got a legend like Carbajal there in front row, and then you got 10,000 Arizonians. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, that's like,
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
yeah, man.
Because if Benavidez fights somewhere like in LA, it'll be a big fan base to come out and see him out there too as well. You know what I'm saying? If he fight in Vegas, same thing. You know,
Yeah.
they'll come out and support him.
I mean, people want to argue about anything, man. They want to argue about anything.
yeah.
They
But
argue about it so they won't make the fight, though. It's like
no,
you don't want to see the fight, so they make debates.
This dude in the chat just wants to argue about Benavidez's heritage, man. He's Mexican, bro. He's got Mexican blood in his fucking veins. He's Mexican. I don't care if he was
How
born.
many Mexicans that we don't know?
Callie, let me ask you a question, man.
Yeah.
Do you have African blood in your veins?
Yes.
Okay.
But I kind of understand what they're saying.
Have you ever been to Africa?
No.
Okay. Can you still be called
But
African?
I wouldn't mind going.
Do you get offended when someone calls you an African American? Or would you rather be called black?
No.
Doesn't matter, right? Because you got African blood.
I'm either one. I'm both. I don't get offended.
I consider you a real black man, a real black man. So are we gonna say you're not a real black man because you were born here and not in Africa?
But I'm a little different because I might take pride in my African descendants. You know what I'm saying? It might be different. Some people is different, you know.
Some people do want to be called black over being called African American. Some people don't like being called African American. They'd rather just be called black. And I respect that. But even if you do want to be called black, like given quality, you want to be called black, and I respect that. But if I asked you, do you have African blood in your veins, right? You would say that you have African blood in your veins, right? Given quality, can we agree on that?
Right.
Or how about when you take them?
But see what you really saying? Okay, what you really saying that if I go, because this will just lay everything down right here. If I go to Africa, okay, would they consider me to be African? No. Okay, if Benavidez goes to Mexico, okay, they're not gonna just consider them to be like them. Okay, he's different Mexican. He's from United States. It's different. Okay. If you go to,
I'm not classifying anybody. All I'm asking you is if you are black, you more than likely have African blood running through your veins. You have some type of African heritage. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then he's a Chicano like Mikey Garcia. You know, he's a Mexican.
Sin City Syndicate. You're a black man. Are you going to deny that you have African blood flowing through your veins? Are you going to deny that? Yes or no? Do you have African blood, Sin City, flowing through your brains? No, I'll drop it. I want to hear what he says. I want to hear what he says.
Man, no way. I'm gonna deny it.
You can't deny it. You can't deny that you have African blood. I mean, it is. Answer the question. Do you have? Well, you just said that you're black, Sin City. You just said you were black.
Yeah, he's holding both.
Listen, trying to classify. You said classify us when I was talking about black. Okay, so you're Mexican. So again, David Benavidez I do understand nationalism, okay? But again, he's got Mexican blood flowing through his veins. Here's what it is.
And you know, just imagine, like, you know how they got those.
Your blood is going to be what your blood is. Yeah. So if your parents are from Mexico, or one of your parents is from Mexico, and then they come to America and they have sex with a white woman, your blood is still going to have Mexican blood in it.
Yeah,
you're still going to have Mexican blood in you. So if you have Mexican blood in you, you can call yourself Mexican. It's simple and plain.
How many people do that? How many people do the ancestry tests? I think it's like one famous person did it, but then she found out
where you were born.
What she thought it was. She was something else. If we test ourselves, I'm gonna realize that I'm not fucking 100% Aztec. These motherfuckers are gonna say, "Oh yeah, I'm the real Mexican." No, nobody's like the real.
Just
Mexican.
because you were born in America, do you want to just? This is the problem with people, man. This is how the society over here, they brainwash people to just not care about their heritage and just, oh wait, it doesn't matter. You're American. No, I mean you can take pride in your fucking heritage if you want to. I'm Lebanese. I'm Italian. I take fucking pride in my ethnicity.
Yeah,
don't fucking tell somebody they can't take pride in their ethnicity if they want to. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. That's the end of it. Beef for the win. Once again. Beef for the win.
That's true.
Don't tell people they can't be proud of their fucking heritage.
Yeah, man. And the dude, he's a big Mexican, a Mexican monster. Was Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. letting his hands go at 60 and 68 like fucking Benavidez? He was a fat kid. He's not only got to be proud of that, the fact that he was a fat kid and was fucking sparring.
I want Sin City Cinder to come on here, man. I want to hear him fucking spit some shit to the beat. He won't come on though. He won't come on.
Yeah.
You tell he's a Canelo fan though, right? He's a Canelo fan. But he's right though. I'm gonna give him credit on this. If Canelo, the same thing when De La Hoya fought Chavez, you did have that whole De La Hoya is the Mexican American versus the Mexican born fighter, the Mexican heritage. You do have that rivalry. I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to deny that.
That's why I say that's where it would be like, that's where it would be different. It could be two different types of Mexican fan bases, you know, because it is differences. Because I got a buddy, he tried to fight out of Mexico. He was born in California. He tried to fight out of Mexico in the Olympics. And they kind of like, hey, man, you are born in America. You're not born out here. You can't fight in the Olympics for us. What are you doing? You tripping, you know? And they kind of discriminated
against.
Here's
the thing, man.
Andy Ruiz did that.
Here's the thing. Teofimo Lopez did that too, man. When he didn't make the U.S. team, what did he do? Right. What did he do? He tried out for the Ecuadorian team, didn't he? Why? Because he has Ecuadorian blood in his veins, and he could do that.
Yeah, and you
do that.
Right.
I think you get more recognition. It's like the soccer players. Some of them will want to play for Mexico instead of the United States or vice versa. Because depending what flag you want to represent, but how many more fans you can garner, that maybe has a lot to do with that. Or actually what you really feel proud of, right? If you say, I want to fucking, because I'm multicultural, and what do you got the two passports? What do you call that, Beeb?
What is
Dual
it?
citizenship.
Dual citizenship. Yeah.
Yeah, when you got that, you can do that. I mean, how are you gonna tell somebody else what they can and can't do? I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I just love it. I had this dude say, "Oh well, people the Mexicans don't consider Benavidez real Mexican. They don't have a fucking choice. He's fucking has Mexican blood in his veins. If he wants to be proud of his heritage, who gives a fuck what someone else says? You don't live your life fucking based upon what someone else wants you to do. You know, you are who you are. People could say you're not real this, real that. Oh, you're not real. You're not a real man. You're not a real fucking boxing fan. We always like to fucking subcategorize people and tell people who they are and what they can be and what this, that, and the third. This culture is just so fucking, is just so divisive, man.
Why is that? Is that like a syndrome exclusive to like boxing and like the fan base?
Nah, because people just want to. Everyone, you know, you have these groups, right? people, they say they're progressive, and progressive means that you have tolerance for everybody. You accept everybody, right? But these are the guys that are always trying to like fucking separate us. If you think about it, oh well, this guy's this guy's that, whatever. You know what I mean? So you have this fucking divide in not only America, but just all over the world sometimes. Like if someone has a Mexican dad and they tell people they're Mexican and they got some fucking jagoff telling them, oh, you're not a real Mexican, then you're telling me my dad's not a real Mexican then. Yeah. Like my fucking dad is Mexican. He born there and he fucking and he you know, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. I got his blood flowing through my veins, so I'm fucking Mexican.
Yeah, and in the end of the day, things are changing. Like in the world now, like okay, who buys the pay-per-views? The Mexican Americans. Whether Benavidez is Chicano, a Mexican American, or an actual Mexican born from Mexico. No, the people that made it across the border and are like generationally like established in the United States, those are the people that are buying the pay-per-views. And you're gonna tell me that if they are buying it for Canelo, they're not gonna buy it for a fucking another Mexican American. You're living in this country. Your sons are
they'll support
David Benavidez. You're a Mexican.
They'll support both of their fighters.
Your sons are like him.
They'll support both.
Right. They'll support both of them. That's the reason why the fight will be big.
And the children of the fathers, they're the ones that were born in the United States, and they got the jobs. They're coming.
Wow.
Long time ago. It's like a ritual when they fight, and instead of like a lot of people like ripping off the string, you pay for it. The Mexican Americans do that, right? It's like a ritual to them.
Rolly Romero is a plus 800 right now.
Damn.
It's the retarded strength. It's the size. He's got the retard strength. Yeah.
Wow. So if you're a gambler, you'll throw that 100 on Romero.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man.
You'll put that money down on him.
A lot of these people are getting caught in the hype nowadays. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing. Look at Canelo Bivol. Nobody had actually seen fucking Bivol fight. And the bookies, they had it all wrong. Because people are so caught up.
Yeah.
They don't really see in between the lines and what's really going on. That they're losing. That's when people can make money. Yeah.
Right. Because they was mad. They lost a lot of money on that shit right there. They was thinking for sure Canelo was gonna win it. Wow. Whoever put their money down on Bivol flipped it.
Big time. I saw people. Somebody won like $10,000.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
What was it? The Lemieux was outmatched, but if you put $25, you could win $600 on Lemieux. Yeah, but he was fucking outmatched. I thought he actually had a little bit of a chance early because he had got a lot of KOs, like knockouts, 20 and like 16 TKOs within the first and third round. Some in the fifth and some in the seventh, but the majority. And so he never. This is the one thing you can take out of David Benavidez, the size, the extra weight that he puts on. It's like an extra barrier. That dude, even Lemieux was at 60, went up to 68. He can crack, but fucking Benavidez dealt with that pretty well.
Nah, Lemieux not the same fighter anyway.
Yeah, but you tell me that he can't crack it. If that's Canelo going to not to the body, Canelo can hurt you, but upstairs that he hit that much harder than David Lemieux.
Yeah, that's a good question.
David Lemieux, he been finished a long time ago. He's man.
Yeah,
I was
the dude can punch, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Curtis Stevens. Yeah, I remember that. But that was a long time ago, man.
Yeah, he became irrelevant. I think a little bit after the Saunders loss, because Saunders came to his backyard and beat him convincingly.
Crazy, man.
Yep.
Yo, but I gotta break out of here, guys. Thank you for joining me today, man. I gotta bust out, but yeah, it's gonna be a great weekend, man. It's gonna be a great weekend. We'll see.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah.
All right, thanks everybody.
Beebs, your dedication and the time you put in and your knowledge for the sport, man.
Oh, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. All right, be good.
Later, guys.